We're delighted today to announce Maddie Garrick has signed with the Hobart Chargers women's program for 2021. Maddie Garrick's a superstar of Australian basketball, has been with the Melbourne Boomers in the WNBL most recently, and is in the Australian 3x3 team. Former Seabull MVP, so an absolute superstar of the game, and we're stoked to have Maddie coming on board. Yeah, look, it was an interesting recruitment process and fairly late in the piece. Maddie was actually down in Hobart recently. I know a number of her sort of teammates across various leagues. She's actually a former teammate of Kathleen Shear, which helped out. They had a year together in Nunawading. So look, it was a bit of a networking through the basketball ball network, which was great, and we got a deal done really quickly over the last couple of weeks. Yeah, most recently Maddie's played with Nunawading in NBL1. And is absolute force at that level. As I mentioned earlier, she's a former Seabull MVP. I've coached against Maddie, and it was really hard at times just not to watch her play because she's so skillful, so talented, can shoot from the three, score at the basket, and she's just a real highlight reel.
Yeah, tell us about her as a player, I guess.
Yeah, Maddie's traditional position is a shooting guard, but she's so versatile. She can space the floor, catch and shoot from the three-point line. But her strength, most recently after being involved with the 3x3 format of the game, is just her ability to penetrate to the basket off the dribble, absorb contact and finish at the rim. So Maddie's elite, the way she goes about her preparation, her level of fitness, and that's a real big part of what we hope. Maddie will be a fantastic role model for our local players. Yeah, Maddie is, and it's going to be on a fairly flexible arrangement. Maddie does have preparations for the 3x3 qualifiers for the Olympics, which are in Austria in May. So for the first few rounds, Maddie's on board, which is fantastic, and then we'll really be playing it by ear after those qualifiers, depending if Australia actually goes to Tokyo.
Is that definitely going to go ahead in Austria, or is there a case of
Yeah, from what I understand, those Olympic qualifiers will go ahead in May, but like everything, it's subject to COVID, border restrictions. So really for us, we've got those first 3 or 4 rounds locked in with Maddie, and then it'll be really week by week after that, which I'm totally flexible with. This year it's been a really difficult recruiting season, but to have someone of Maddie's calibre is just fantastic for our club.
What's the worst case scenario that you have available games that a chance you might come back after those first 4 rounds, or will you definitely go back to the
Yeah, it is actually unknown what will happen after the World Cup, or the Olympic qualifiers, and it really depends on quarantine periods coming back into Australia. If the team qualifies for Tokyo, their preparations will really ramp up. So again, really flexible, adaptable from our perspective, and we've been very open with that with Maddie. It works for us, it works for her, and with our other injury issues that we're working through at the moment, to have Maddie here for game 1, 2 games in Hobart to start the season, I think Hobart basketball fans should be really excited, get along and watch Maddie put on a show out on the court. Brings a lot to our group. She's been around elite level basketball for the last decade. She's been to the Australian Institute of Sport and had a lot of success in various teams across the former Seabull League, the WNBL, and now in the green and gold for Australia in the 3x3, but also previously the 5-on-5 format of the game. So Maddie really brings a lot around her approach to the game. I mentioned earlier that just an elite level of fitness. She's always in the gym, shooting, working out. So all of those ways of approaching the game is just so important for our local players, just because we're not exposed to that level of elite athlete day to day and week to week.
How's the rest of the team taking up?
Yeah, it's been absolutely uninterrupted preparation for us. Most weeks at training we've had single figures of healthy players on the court, so it hasn't been ideal, but we're working through it. Again, I'm really comfortable with the group that we've put together for game 1. We have a number of our players going away to the Australian Under-18 Championships in the next couple of weeks. So look, our first couple of games won't be the team that finishes the season for us, but having someone like Maddie coming in just gives us a tremendous boost.